be safe out there. Our weather alert team coverage continues now with our Mercedes McKay.
She's live at MoDOT headquarters in Town and Country. Mercedes, what are officials telling you and how the morning has gone?
Hey, Rennie, Michelle, I actually just spoke to them. You know, y'all mentioned that it takes a village at the airport. It takes a village to cover this kind of weather. Well, it takes a village at MoDOT to treat these roads. So Bob Becker with MoDOT, he was just walking down the stairs. He's been here since about 4 a.m. this morning. I asked him that question. I said, how's it looking for y'all? He did say that he said we are holding our own, and he did mention he's grateful that people have listened and that they are staying home, but wants to reiterate to please stay home. Now, I'm going to step aside because that 70 at Wentzville Parkway that Paul has been covering all morning, that Sydney just mentioned with the semi-trucks jackknife, they're still looking at that here inside the MoDOT headquarters right now. This has been a developing situation all morning long. So again, if you have to be out on those roads, please, please, please drive slow, because as you can tell, even these semi-trucks can't handle this kind of ice. Now, take a look at this video. I actually shot it earlier, about 30 to 45 minutes ago, right outside of MoDOT headquarters. You can see that I could barely make it out the door without sliding. I almost fell at one point. So this is just to show you guys how treacherous these roads are, and specifically the sidewalks. You can barely walk outside right now, so please stay indoors. And MoDOT crews have been out all morning long, and they got in at 7 p.m. last night. So they'll be working 12-hour shifts throughout the day. So a new crew just started monitoring those roads about 13 minutes ago, so they are fresh and ready to go. MoDOT's priority does start at the interstates, and then they'll make their way to other major roads, and then they'll go to those smaller streets. That's why we keep saying your neighborhood streets, if they're not salted, if your driveway isn't salted, it is treacherous. So the main message, we've been saying it all morning long, please stay home if you can.
If you have to get out, give yourself plenty of time, give yourself plenty of room. Because if there is any spots, because there may be spotty situations out there, ramps, overpasses, interchange, things like that, those locations don't get as much traffic, don't get our trucks around it as often as the main line, maybe some issues. So you just need to be careful and take your time, give yourself plenty of stopping distance.
A few hours ago when we were out on those roads, they were okay. The interstates are okay. We are seeing issues, though, on those ramps getting on and off the interstate, so make sure you're careful there. And again, if there's an accident on the roads, it makes it even harder for MoDOT crews to get these roads safer. So it is just the best possible way right now this morning to stay home if you can. Delay your travel because roads are treacherous out there. Sidewalks are even more treacherous, so we don't want anyone slipping and falling, and we don't want any accidents that could be prevented. Live in Town and Country, Mercedes McKay, 5 on your side.
Thank you, Mercedes. Now, this storm is moving from the west to the east, so let's check on things over in Illinois right now.
Yeah, Megan Kernan is on the east side of the river with IDOT's plans to keep the morning commute as ice-free and safe as possible. Megan, you do have some late-breaking news for us, though, I understand.
That's right, Michelle. IDOT is now saying there's a full closure on I-70 eastbound on 159. So just be aware of that. Again, there's a full closure on I-70 eastbound on 159. Crews have been out working since midnight to keep you safe. Once we got on the roads to head here to East St. Louis, we did encounter some slick spots. So just be extra cautious of that. We've seen several salt trucks already this morning out here working to make your morning commute safer in the Metro East. Now take a look at your screens. You can see IDOT trucks treating the secondary roads here in East St. Louis this morning as they were slick once we arrived. The biggest thing to do is plan ahead. IDOT says make sure you know your route, allow plenty of time for delays, consider public transportation if it's available, and finally tell someone where you're going and what your ETA is. IDOT engineer Joe Monroe says they loaded up their trucks with salt and brine at the end of last week in preparation for this morning. Trucks have been stationed along assigned routes since midnight where they're watching for ice forming on road signs so that they're able to treat the roads as needed. And crews, again, are just focused on making sure the commute into the Missouri side is as safe as possible for you.
We're going to be exceptionally aggressive as we usually are with ice. It's nothing to play with. We caution the motorists. If it looks wet, it may be ice. Make sure we're rolling out of the throttle and giving everyone plenty of room, whether it's plows, your fellow drivers. If you have room on the roadway, give yourself that little bit of extra advantage.
Again, IDOT crews have been in full force this morning. Really make sure that you plan ahead before you leave your house and just take it slow if you are out driving this morning. Reporting live in East St. Louis, Megan Kernan, 5 on your side.
All right, thanks so much, Megan. Stay safe.